Pete Gozalak is in the ball game on fourth down. He'll fly a field goal from the 25-yard line. It's got the upright. 9 plays, 75 yards. And the New York Giants build their lead to 13-6 over the Eagles, and we have 40 seconds to play in the first half. 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. And welcome to the Gridiron. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone out there who's been watching my videos. Thank you. If you could maybe give this video a thumbs up or possibly leave a comment below, maybe even share this video, it would mean so much to me. But anyway, just thank you so much for just taking time out of your day to check out this video. Thank you. Well, the New York Giants. Day 2 wrapped up. Got a few articles here going over like what happened. There's like 3 different articles that they cover quite a bit as far as what happened. I mean, the guys were only on the field for so long, so I mean, you know, if it was relatively important, I guess, you know, it would be covered in these 3 articles. And then also that Giants made a little roster move. Austin Calitro, they signed him. Justin Hilliard, he's gone because he got suspended anyway. I think he's going to miss the first 2 games of the season because of PEDs. So, I mean, it's just, you know, I don't know exactly what the circumstances were, but I mean, you know, you're okay, the one in charge of what's going inside your body. So, I mean, it's, you know, nobody's fault but theirs. So, I mean, I don't know what he took. I really didn't read into it too much or anything like that. But he's no longer a Giant. So, but once again, you know, it just kind of goes to show you. I mean, unless you're a star, unless you're Saquon Barkley or Daniel Jones or, you know, Dexter Lawrence, one of these guys, you know, if you're a guy, you know, gonna have a hard time making the final 53, and you just came with the team, and you know now we got Shane and Dable here, and you know they have no you know, ties to you or anything like that. You know, your time might be numbered. So I mean, and Justin Hilliard's time was numbered, so he is no mas. But I mean, I'll show you Austin Calitro's numbers. Don't get too excited over him. The guy's been on a lot of different teams, and there's, you know, usually there's a reason why, okay? If you want to show you his numbers, they're not super spectacular. So, yeah, just another body to bring in. As I said, the guys that they brought in on Monday, they signed 4 guys. I mean, you know, nothing super spectacular there either. You know, I mean, the safety, Andrew Adams, they brought back, you know, I'm happy about him, okay? But, you know, so this practice, they've had a lot of good things going on. You know, they kind of little nitpicky things here. I mean, they was talking about Kenny Golladay and Slayton, you know, dropping some passes, or at least dropping a pass or so here. So, I mean, that's not good, especially with Darius Slayton. I mean, this is, you know, if he wants to try to just make the roster, right, I mean, he's got to, you know, he's got to watch himself. But, I mean, as far as, I mean, it's just... so far, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, knock on wood, no injuries, right? Thank goodness. Nothing but a lot of positive things being said for the most part. And I even heard of Ellerson Smith. There was another article I read that Ellerson Smith has been surprising so far. And that's fantastic because we can get our what are you, middle of the road, you know, not a high draft pick, but he wasn't a 7th rounder, he was 4th rounder, I believe, right? If we can get him, right, going, that would be fantastic. I don't know if they're going to use him as like an edge rusher, or if they're going to try to put him on the defensive front, but he's got the 6'7", he's got the length. You know, now can he use that to his advantage, you know, getting him inside, you know, where he's going to be worth, you know, going against like maybe guards and centers and all. So we'll have to wind up waiting to see whether they're going to try to put him outside or maybe just, you know, have him inside and outside. Who knows? But he wasn't anything super spectacular last year when they had him, you know, pretty much like on the edge. But they might move him inside. So I don't know if he's going to need to bulk up a little bit. Who knows? But we'll have to wait and see. But so far, I mean, all I've been hearing after the first 2 days anyway, a long way to go. It's nothing but a lot of positives.
Oh, all right. Here we go. The New York Giants. All right. I got from SB Nation here. Roster moves. The Giants signed linebacker Austin Calitro, waived Justin Hilliard. Now, here's Hilliard when he was with the 49ers. He was originally, I believe, with the 49ers. But, so don't know what roster he'll wind up on, but he's going to miss the first 2 games of the regular season anyway, so it'll be interesting to see where he winds up at. But we got here, I mean, I was going to show you in a minute Calitro's numbers. They're nothing to write home about. So I hate being this way, but don't get overly excited about this transaction. Okay. Mike Garofalo of the NFL Network is reporting that the New York Giants have waived linebacker Justin Hilliard. ESPN's Jordan Renan is reporting that the Giants have signed journeyman linebacker Austin Calitro in a corresponding roster move. Calitro, 28, originally came into the league as an undrafted free agent out of Villanova. Okay. And was signed by the New York Jets following the 2017 NFL Draft. He's bounced around the NFL since then, spending time on the rosters of practice squads of the Jets, 49ers, Seahawks, Browns, Jaguars, Bengals, Broncos, Bears, and now the Giants. So he's signed as a undrafted free agent out of the 2017. So since 2017, he's been on 9 different teams. There's a reason why. Okay, so once again, don't get overly excited about it. Okay, Calitro has had, his career is 94 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and 2 passes defensed over the course of his travels. 9 different teams. Hilliard, 25, was originally signed by the San Francisco 49ers after the 2021 NFL Draft as an undrafted free agent out of Ohio State. The Giants claimed him in September 1st of 2021 after he was waived in the 49ers' final cutdowns. Hilliard played in just 2 games for the Giants and was on the field for all of 15 special team snaps before landing on the season-ending injured reserve list in October. Hilliard always had a tough road for the final roster anyway, which was made tougher when he was in the news back in June. It was announced by the NFL that he was suspended for the first 2 games of the season after violating the league's policy of PEDs. So, it was rough for him anyway. So, but here, if we look at Calitro's numbers here. Okay, I mean, don't get too excited here. Where were we at here? Last year, right? With Cleveland. It was on defense for 20 total snaps, graded out of 49.5. Right? Tackling 40, coverage 54, pass rush 56.2, run defense 54.9. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the other teams here he's with, looks like this is my head's in the way. It looks like Jacksonville in 2018 or 2019, graded out of 44.3. And then I can't, because my head's in the way here. And I can't scroll this page up or down. Yeah. But he was in for 141, at least 141 snaps, and more than that, one the other year, and he graded out at 29. All right, if you want to look at one positive, okay, each year he keeps getting better. Went from a 29 to a 44 to a 49. Maybe he'll be in the 50s this year if he makes the team. Who knows? But, I mean, just look at these numbers, right? Right, he's a body. Will he make the final 53? Probably not. Okay, so, but that's what we got. That's what we brought in. Okay, then we got some articles now I've got from SB Nation. Giants training camp day 2, a big commotion about motion. Oh yeah, right here I got Marcus Kemp. Okay, this is the guy we brought in, right, from Kansas City, 6'4". Okay, defended by Khalil Dorsey, makes a catch during Thursday's practice, right? So he can get up, right? I mean, 6'4", nice size, yeah, nice size. And, I mean, if Darius Slayton, I'll show you. I mean, one of these articles here that I got doesn't start stepping up a little bit. Thursday was an up and down day for veteran wide receiver Kenny Golladay and Darius Slayton. Okay. During 11-11 drills, Golladay dropped a perfectly placed pass from Daniel Jones between defensive backs Julian Love and Darnay Holmes. From across the field, it was uncertain whether Love might have pulled the ball out had Golladay caught it. The play would have been roughly a 25-yard gain and put the ball near the goal line. Golladay also dropped a touchdown pass on Wednesday. Golladay came up with a couple of nice catches later in practice, including one where he ended up sprawled out on the ground. Okay, so that's a positive. Now, once again, this is just practice. But, right, Slayton made a leaping touchdown catch during one-on-one drills and caught a short touchdown pass from Daniel Jones during a team period. Slayton, though, dropped an easy touchdown pass during one-on-ones and a wide-open pass from Tyrod Taylor that would have gone for a huge gain. So, I mean, and the thing is with him, they let him go, they'll save themselves some money too, because he's making about $2.5 million this year. Might be noteworthy that Richie James and C.J. Board got significant reps with the first team offense. Fantastic, loving it. James signed as a free agent from the San Francisco 49ers, continues to impress. Whether he is working with the first or second team offense, the ball seems to find him. You gotta love hearing that. Cool. A lot of love for KT. He's walking around, everybody's like cheering for him and stuff like that and everything. He's kind of come like a little bit of a superstar. Who's calling the plays? Hey, Coach Brian Dable said on Thursday that offensive coordinator Mike Kafka, who called plays throughout the spring, will continue to do that during the training camp. Dable, offensive coordinator in Buffalo before becoming Giants coach, did not commit to allowing Kafka to calling plays during the regular season. So we'll have to wait and see. Mike has done a really good job in the spring, which he handled the scripts. And again, we talked on a day-to-day basis on plays and things to install. But he's been on the headset with Daniel Jones, and he'll be doing that through camp, Dable said. And as we get closer to it, we'll sit down and discuss it. But I've been really happy with Mike. He's a really intelligent guy. I mean, just a matter of time before, he, well, I don't know if he wants to be a head coach or whatever, but I mean, he's moving up the ranks. Smart, intelligent guy, right? So, not just his communication with the quarterback, but how he's handled the offensive staff, how he's handled the players. He has a really good demeanor about himself. Once we cross that bridge, which we've still got a little bit of time here to go, you guys will know. So everybody keeps asking, I guess, about who's going to be calling plays. Much to do about motion. I noted on Wednesday that it was a different Giants offense filled with motion and a variety of alignments. Ask about the all very un-Giant-like pre-snap motion. Dable jokingly said, "We're stationary." No, you're not. He later looked at his Thursday play sheet, counted more than 24 plays that included pre-snap motion, and realized stationary was not the way to describe the offense. Does all motion and varying alignments make learning harder for plays? Now, this was one thing he brought up, as far as, we'll have to see how, put the plays in and everything. I see how the guys adapt. He said if it winds up being too much, we'll have to, bring it down a little bit. But what we're trying to do is whatever we need to do to help our guys and cause conflicts, issues with the defense, Dable said. Is it more to learn? Sure, because there's added calls to it. You start on one side and have to be on the other side. You got to start in the backfield and be out here. There's a little bit of thinking that goes along with it. Again, back to the identity. Smart is the first thing we look for. And we certainly put a lot on these players. One, because I think they can handle it. And if they can't, we'll tighten it back and make sure we do the things that they can do. So, I mean, so he's, it's all, once again, that's the beauty of this. They throw the stuff out there at him, and if it seems like it'd be too much, they just dial it down a little bit. That's all. But it's kind of interesting because it's like you got Wink Martindale on one side, all right? What he's trying to do, he's trying to, dictate what the offense is going to do, especially the way they're going to slide their protection and all and everything. Like, I mean, so the offense is like, on the defense, what's the defense going to do? But then, like with all the motion we got going on, he's trying to, cause a conflict with the defense too. So it's like you got a little cat and mouse kind of thing kind of going on here. But that's good. They'll just help each other out, and they'll make each side of the ball that much better. Defensive lineman Leonard Williams acknowledged the pressure the movement puts on defenses. Oh, yeah. I'm a defensive lineman, so I get my checks most of the time from the linebackers and stuff like that. But I can just hear the safeties and linebackers in the second-level communication. It's constantly changing. I can tell motions and stuff like that are happening while my hands are in the dirt because I hear the guys communicating in the back end, Williams said. It's causing a little bit of confusion, which is what they're trying to get, and it's all good for us as a defense to learn our communication and the things that we have to check as well. Like I said, the offense is doing a good job as well of creating that diversity. So, we got here Saquon Barkley evolving as a player. Saquon Barkley said on Thursday that as he enters the fifth year in the league, he wants to evolve my game and become an overall better player. Barkley is being used far more creatively as a receiver. Yes, get that frickin' dude out in space. He's got some good hands. Let him catch the ball in space. Let him do what he can do. Love it. Barkley's being far more creatively as a receiver, both from the backfield and aligned in the slot or even out wide, than he has been in the first 4 seasons. I think this offense is giving me an opportunity to do that, Barkley said. I just want to be a versatile player and do what I can do to help the team win. Barkley's goal 2022, I just wanted to show the Giants that the guy they drafted is still here, he said. I like it. That's cool. Quote of the day. Well, Juice, right there in the moment, a couple of those guys, that's important to come together as a team too and show emotion for one another. Player to player, coach to player, coach to coach. That's part of the team building process. Dable and celebrating when Kadarius Toney made that great catch on the first day. He back shoulder fade, Daniel Jones. He hit the ball, tipped it up in the air, came down with it, got both feet in bounds before he went out of bounds. And I seemed like it was like 6, 7 people. Dable ran down there. It was like, I don't know, like patting him on the head. There was another coach ran down there. So they all got fired up about it. So that was good. That was good. That was good to say. Got Mr. Thibodeau right here. And then we got some other observations. All right. Offensive tackles, this guy here, Devery Hamilton, wasn't looking so good for him. It's a long shot to make the roster. Thursday, when pass rushers continually seem to be running around him, won't help. Ellison Smith victimized him multiple times. Undrafted free agent edge, Toman Fox did too. So, I mean, yeah. Wasn't looking too good for Devery Hamilton. And then you got Gary Brightwell, who's like kind of like missing in action, seems like. If Gary Brightwell is getting any offensive snaps, they were coming when I'm not looking. I'm seeing a lot of former Buffalo Bill Antonio Williams, as expected, and undrafted free agent Jashawn Corbin. I'll tell you what, boy, I hope he makes the team. I mean, I hate seeing anybody not make the, yeah, Gary, we just drafted. Yeah. Brightwell last year. I mean, for him not to make the team would be like, there we go, there's another draft pick gone. But I mean, I'm very excited about Jashawn Corbin. I think if we can get him on the team, I mean, even if he doesn't make maybe the final 50, get him on the practice squad or something, keep him around. Oh yeah, I'm pulling for him. But don't recall seeing Brightwell at all. I mean, that's not good. Undrafted free agent tight end Jeremiah Hall had a spectacular one-handed catch over linebacker Micah McFadden during one-on-one drills. Another undrafted rookie tight end, Austin Allen, also had a diving catch during one-on-ones. Very good. It has been really interesting to watch the special teams period. The Giants are working in stations, and it seems like most drills are designed to work both the offensive and defensive sides of the play. Interesting. Darnay Holmes had a diving interception on a ball intended for Austin Proehl during one-on-ones. So far, Darnay Holmes looking good. Deepest pass connection camp thus far came Thursday when Tyrod Taylor hit Colin Johnson. Don't forget about Colin Johnson there, right? Deep down the left sideline. Johnson had got behind cornerback Michael Jaquette. Tony dropped a pass across the middle with linebacker Blake Martinez bearing down on him. So, it's even Kadarius Toney. Right? Even he dropped one. So it says some of the wide receivers had some dropsies here. And then we got here, which one is this here? Giants.com, okay. Touchdowns, takeaways, and top plays from day 2 of Giants training camp. They got a lot of pictures. A lot of pictures. After a big red zone day to start the camp, the Giants worked on third down here. Right? The Giants worked on the third down passing situations when they returned to the field on Thursday. Coach Brian Dable, speaking before practice, said he wants to put the guys in tough situations as much as we can and was pleased with how the players responded on the first day. Very good. Now it's just a matter of stringing them together. Credit the assistant coaches, Dable said. We've got to get from drill to drill. We've got to move quickly. We've got to get in and out of the huddle. When we go no huddle, it's got to be quick and crisp. And then we've got to play fast, finish plays, and build our endurance in that regard. But the guys did a good job of running around. Again, first day, we'll probably have a few sore guys out there just from being off a little bit during the summer. Going to have to push through it and keep building. And I think they got 117 pictures here, right? So got a lot. Pick your picture. They got a lot of them. All right, and we got here. The first action of the day came during a lively one-on-one period between receivers and defensive backs from the 5. Safety Xavier McKinney started things off with a pass breakup in the corner of the end zone. Fans were then treated to a handful of touchdowns right in front of the bleachers during the same one-on-one period. Wide receiver Kenny Golladay used his size to make a nice catch in the corner. Wide receiver Richie James, who I'm hearing some good things about, and tight end Andrew Miller drew some crowd reaction with a few nice moves before catching touchdowns. James found the end zone twice during this drill and then again later during a full team period. All right. So we got here. Whoops. Tight ends Chris Myrick, Jordan Akins, Austin Allen also got on the board during one-on-one, as did wide receiver Darius Slayton and fullback Jeremiah Hall. Slayton later caught a goal line touchdown from Daniel Jones during team drills. Wide receiver Austin Proehl caught a short touchdown pass from Tyrod Taylor. Davis Webb then found Robert Foster and Sills for touchdowns. The latter was a walk-off to end practice during a fourth down situation. Takeaways. A repeat of yesterday. Cornerback Darnay Holmes came down with the lone interception of the day during the jam-packed one-on-ones. And once again, he did it by diving for the ball. Good to say. Good to say. Because we're going to need as much good depth or, starters / depth, whatever you want to call it, that we can get in the second day. So whether Darnay Holmes is there or whether we got Cordell Flott starting, who knows? But, you want to have as much good quality depth as you can in the secondary. Tyrod threw a perfect pass to wide receiver Colin Johnson and stride down the sideline for the longest play of the day. Safety Julian Love punched the ball out of a receiver's hands to force an incompletion that verged on being a fumble. Linebacker Ellison Smith flashed a nice move around the edge for a would-be sack. Cornerbacks Adoree Jackson and Aaron Robinson broke up a few passes. So that's good. Good. I mean, you just don't want it all like, oh yeah, the offense scored. Yeah, scored at will. Yeah, that's not the. You want to hear good things on both sides of the ball. All right, then we got here Giants Wire. Giants training camp, 10 takeaways from day 2. So we got some takeaways here. After a successful first day of the training camp practice on Wednesday, Giants were back at it again on Thursday. This time they focused on areas outside of the red zone, although red zone drills were included again. Head coach Brian Dable met with reporters before practice started, and then it was off to the races. Here's a look at 10 quick takeaways from day 2 of training camp. No decision, once again, we went over this, on the offensive play caller. All right, there's Mike Kafka talking to Daniel Jones. All right, Brian Dable isn't ready to commit to an offensive play caller just yet, but admits he's been pleased with offensive coordinator Mike Kafka thus far. Kafka called plays throughout the spring, and then that has continued over the first 2 days of training camp. He's been on a headset with Daniel Jones. This was kind of like a repeat from one of the other the article I had. And he'll be doing that through camp, Dable said of Kafka. As we get closer to week 1, we'll sit down and discuss it. So, I mean, looking like there might be a good chance where Kafka's calling plays. I mean, it does free the coach up, right, to do kind of coaching things. You know, if coach is if he's trying to worry about the whole freaking team, what's going on offense, this, that, and he has to worry about calling plays, sometimes it gets to be a bit much. So if you got Kafka calling the plays, that might be for the best. I've been really happy with Mike, not just his communication with the quarterback, but how he's handled the offensive staff and how he's handled the players. He has a really good demeanor about himself. As I said, he's really intelligent. Sky's the limit for that guy. Joe Judge flavor. There we go. We got Joe Judge in there. But, I mean, also, I remember Dable was with Alabama, right? I'll sit right here. Brian Dable has a background with both Bill Belichick and Nick Saban. So it should come as a little surprise that he shares some commonalities with Joe Judge. Because, I mean, Dable, was 2017, I believe it was. He was the quarterback coach for Alabama. So that's where he has his ties with Nick Saban. And, of course, Joe Judge was with Alabama for like 4 years or so back, like 2008 to 2011, I think it was. So the first of those was evident on Thursday as the Giants conducted a very familiar ball security drill. Giants starting practice with the same exact ball security drill featured by Judge. This is one that they run in Foxborough. So more roster changes there. There he is right there, okay? The Giants continue tweaking their roster with the addition of veteran linebacker Austin Calitro. Yep. Calitro entered the league as an undrafted free agent and has gone on to make 11 different stops. 11. I counted 9 different teams, but 11 stops. So he's appearing in 47 regular season games with 9 starts, totaling 94 tackles and 1.5 sacks. In order to clear room for Calitro, the Giants waived linebacker Justin Hilliard, who has been suspended for the first 2 games of the regular season for violating the NFL's policy on performance-enhancing drugs. So, causing conflicts. This is about the motion once again. During the Giants' first training camp practice on Wednesday, it was clear that the pre-snap motion is going to be a major part of their game. That's a far cry from where the team was the previous 2 seasons, with the clapper. Oh, yeah. My God. Thursday, Brian Dable said that the pre-snap motion is designed to cause conflicts, but it won't be an every down thing, just most downs. But he said it won't. They said it won't be every down. It's also says here why the Giants place such an emphasis on smart players, Dable said. I mean, you got to be intelligent. You got to learn all of these plays, and then you got to know, where you're supposed to line up at, and if you're supposed to go in motion, if you are, if you're not, if you are, where you're supposed to go. I mean, so those evil trash cans. Yeah, Gerard Ward kicked one of the trash cans. A year ago, the Giants co-owner John Mara made the headlines for kicking over a trash can in the owner's box following another embarrassing loss. On Thursday, it was Jihad Ward's turn. He took aim at and subsequently booted an empty rubber trash can in retaliation for injuring cornerback Darnay Holmes. I think Holmes Starting quarterback Darnay Holmes just collided with a trash can while doing dumbbell ball drills, and it's pretty shaken up, goes off with the training. But he came back. So, I mean, if he was that shaken up, it wasn't that bad, because he did come back. Luckily, Holmes returned to the field after missing just a single period during practice. It's unclear if the trash can returned. Yeah, because in this video right here, Jihad Ward kicks one of these trash cans. Wan'Dale Robinson out of the backfield. Liking to see that, baby. The Giants are likely to be very creative on the offensive side of the ball this season, and with playmakers like Saquon Barkley, Kadarius Toney, Wan'Dale Robinson, why wouldn't they? Oh, yeah, my goodness. Man, you got it, I'll tell you. Those three guys, whew, oh, yeah. They showed up a glimpse of that on Thursday, giving Robinson, who had a great day one, a carry out of the backfield. Wan'Dale Robinson just took a carry out of the backfield as a running back. Cool. Giants instituted film restrictions on team periods, so this was the most interesting footage I got all day. Wan'Dale Robinson and Kadarius Toney lining up as running backs and taking handoffs in individual periods. Nice. Don't be surprised to see Toney practice some pass attempts, absolutely, this summer. Either all of these things are in play come the regular season. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Richie James Jr. shines. That's good to hear, I'll tell you. I like it. I like it. There's been much debate over wide receivers Richie James Jr. and his standing on the Giants depth chart, but more than just as a return man. James has made his strides as a pass catcher. Thursday was no exception, as James made several good to stellar plays. Cool. Richie James with an impressive cut and catch on one-on-ones. So it was I got a video there of him. From Emory Hunt, wide receiver Richie James is having an excellent day so far. Gotta like to hear that. The fact that James can excel in special teams and return both kicks and punts positions him well to make the final 53-man roster. Yeah, because if you're just like a backup wide receiver and you don't do nothing on special teams or anything like that, that's really hurting your chances. There we go. Young Joker. There he is. Oh, my goodness. As they've done in recent years, the Giants are playing music during practice. Unlike the previous 2 years, however, it doesn't stop during practice periods. On Thursday, a very familiar sound blared over the speakers. The artist, none other than Kadarius Toney, a.k.a. Young Joker. So I'm sure that got them all fired up. All right, Kenny drops, Darius drops. Yeah, it's not... There we go. Kenny Golladay with a drop, but a great throw from Daniel Jones. So let's see. Well, I guess that was a drop, but it looked like it got knocked out. It looked like he had it, and it got punched out. So let's see. Let's see that one more time. Good throw from Daniel Jones. Good throw. Yeah. Looked like that got punched out. So, got to give kudos to Daniel Jones, good throw. Kenny Golladay made the catch, but it looks like he might have got punched out. So, wide receiver Kenny Golladay is having a rough start to camp. On Wednesday, he dropped a touchdown pass, and on Thursday, he let up on a play leading to an incompletion. So, maybe he didn't secure it well enough. The negative is obviously the drop, but if you were desperate to find some positivity, it was a good throw from Daniel Jones and a terrific punch-out by safety Julian Love. So, it was a punch-out. Julian Love, yeah, give him kudos. You got to secure that ball, though. But that was a nice throw. Nice throw. Darius Slayton also had 2 bad drops on Thursday, including one on a cleanly thrown deep ball. I mean, not good. Quality at backup. Yes. Quality at backup quarterback. Oh, yeah. There you go. From Emory Hunt. Tyrod Taylor has A+ quarterback aesthetic. Absolutely. Yep. Love it. It's no secret that Giants struggled at quarterback when Daniel Jones went down a season ago. Mike Lennon and Jake Fromm simply couldn't get the job done, so General Manager Joe Schoen placed an emphasis on fixing that issue in 2022. Enter Tyrod Taylor. Yes. The hard luck quarterback is looked to be obvious improvement over his predecessors thus far, despite the Giants' offense being quite a bit behind the defense early on. So good. We got some good. Taylor, perfect let go route to Johnson over Jaquette for a big gain. Yeah. Tyrod Taylor escapes the pressure, throws a beautiful ball, but Slayton can't hold on to it. Not looking good for him. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Maybe those are the 10. Those are the 10 takeaways. So I mean, definitely some good positives. You know, Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, even Webb. You know, got some good positives. The quarterback. Some negatives with Gary Brightwell, maybe not even being there. Darius Slayton dropping balls, not very good. But all in all, so far, I mean, it's only been 2 days, okay? But all in all, so far, a lot of positives going on for the Giants. And the biggest thing so far, is after 2 days, as far as I know, we haven't had any injuries.
So you see, I mean, a lot of positives. I mean, I showed you Austin Calitro's numbers. Nothing super spectacular. I mean, I'll be surprised if he winds up making the final 53, right? But I mean, as far as like the training camp so far, a lot of positives. I mean, good things being said about Daniel Jones. Okay, this is just training camp. All right, there's no live bullets. The guys don't have pads on or anything like that. It's not preseason or anything like that. But so far, nothing but a lot of positives about him. A lot of positives about Wan'Dale Robinson, right? Positives about Saquon Barkley. And then there's other guy. I mean, like Gary Brightwell is just in the one report, and the guy's like, man, I don't even know if I've even seen him out on the field, getting reps at all, right? So once again, it's a shame because he was drafted by the previous regime. So I mean, it's a shame, but he may not make the final 53. But I mean, there's a lot of good things. I mean, Tyrod Taylor, I'm so happy. I mean, I tell you what, I mean, we've had, over the years, here and there. We had David Carr, all right, a couple of years. I was excited when we had him as our backup. Of course, Jeff Hostetler, right? I mean, you got a backup that takes you, not like he just, with Jeff Hostetler, not like, Phil Simms got hurt in the championship game and, in the last play, and Jeff Hostetler had to go to one game and win the Super Bowl, and he did it. No, we beat the Bears, we beat the 49ers, we beat the Bills. I mean, the Bears, we kind of thrashed them, but I mean, you go on the road and you win in San Fran, and they're trying to three-peat, then you go, I can't say on the road. I mean, Buffalo and the Giants were both on the road. Both teams are from New York that went down to Tampa. But I mean, you go in the Super Bowl against the Bills, who are a freaking phenomenal team, and we beat them. I mean, that's really special. But I mean, as far as with Tyrod Taylor, boy, I'll tell you, I'm really, really excited to have him out there. I can't wait for a spring preseason games, because he's going to get some reps. You don't know how much Daniel Jones is going to be out there, right? But Tyrod Taylor is going to get some reps. Davis Webb's going to get some reps. But I'm very, very excited about seeing what Tyrod Taylor can do. And if chances are, Daniel Jones gets injured, which he just quite might, because he's done it every year he's been with the Giants. He's missed games. That means we're going to have Tyrod in there, and I'm very, very excited, to have Tyrod. Unfortunately, he's not the long-term solution or anything like that, and I don't know how long we'll have him as our backup, But, the one thing is that if this is Daniel Jones's last year with the Giants, we got Tyrod for next year. Now, will we be able to get in the draft next year our quarterback of the future? Who knows? Will we be able to sign? Maybe we'll have money, but we'll be able to sign a free agent quarterback to be our quarterback of the future. Who knows? But what is that we got Tyrod for next year, right? If worse comes to worse, And then if it takes a year or two to find the next quarterback for the New York Giants, we're gonna maybe always extend Tyrod again, maybe another season or so. But I mean, with Tyrod, at least as far as our backup quarterback situation, we're in pretty good hands. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants.